Good morning, welcome to Something Saturday. So hopefully this is a good screen. I thought we would have a look at Full of Life today. So I'm not going to show you the papers because I've got a feeling I've actually used them in a previous video anyway, because they're absolutely gorgeous. They're really vibrant and beautiful and I love them. Anyway, I thought we would have a look at the stamp set and the dies that I have only just recently got, and now discovered that I really need to order the ribbon as well because the ribbon looks really good and I don't have it. So, yeah, that's going to be one of those things on my wish list. In fact, it needs to go up on the board behind me. Must remember that after the video. Okay, so I have got as far as playing with it in that I have cut out all the pieces because I wanted to see what it all looks like. Let me just make sure that's, yep, that's all good. It's very exciting. Tom has fixed my craft room. So Tom's my husband, for those of you who don't know. And up to this point, my craft room has been kind of sloping downhill that way. So I've been kind of having to grip hold of the table and bring myself back to it because my chair has rollers. So it's very exciting that he's now lifted up the side of it. So it's actually on a level and I'm not rolling backwards. So I just thought I would share that exciting piece of news with you because to me that is really exciting. Anyway, let's move on. Friends for Life. As you can see, it cuts out, well, it's got the stamps, lots of sayings that go with it. Friend, so excited for you. Thank you for being a, love you, miss you, happy birthday, wishes, thinking of you, best, hi. So potentially you could say thank you for being a best friend, or I don't know, have friend and not sure. Thinking of your friend. Hi friend, you know, any combination of somethings that you can work out. I'm pretty sure that everything fits onto that. Potentially you could always cut it down if you wanted a slightly shorter saying. Oh, obviously happy birthday won't, because that is a double blocky doodah stamp thing. Okay, then on this side of things we've got all our dies. So obviously there's another stamp that cuts out that, there's another stamp and the dies cut out both of those. And then you have this really cool one, which is partly why I bought this thing, because I really liked the way that the heart cuts out from the cardstock. And I didn't realise until I cut this one out that this heart also cuts out from the card and leaves the heart in place. So I thought, oh, that's interesting. Didn't know about that. And then you can actually, yeah, I don't know where I've put it now. But anyway, the heart that came, oh no, it's here. I was going to say the heart that came out of that, potentially you could cut it there and have it as a separate heart as well. So I will get to that. Not going to do that today, but potentially I might do that and put it into the blog. So there you go. So obviously you've got the friend that goes inside the friend. One friend inside another friend. Excellent. You know what I mean. So today I thought I would have a bit of a play around with these dies and potentially cut them so that they're actually cut inside each other like this. If you want to, where's it gone to? There it is. Okay, so I've got a bit of washi tape on my table. Now, if you want, when you cut two corresponding dies like this, if you want them to be on the exact, you know, as you're eyeballing it, eyeballing even, you can actually just grab a bit of washi tape, pop it over like that, and it will hold your dies together in that position that you want them in. So just gonna trim off the excess. In fact, what I might do is just maybe pop that down the end there just to hold it a little bit more there. There we go. The reason I'm trimming off the excess is because I don't really want this to stick to the cardstock when I actually cut it, because if it sticks to the cardstock, then you end up with having to then peel it back off the cardstock, and it might actually stick to it really well having been through the presser. Where's my bit of cardstock? There it is. So I was thinking that I might do this. Clearly I haven't tried it out, because let's face it, if you've been watching my videos for a while, you will know that I never try anything out beforehand. Actually, that's not entirely true. Sometimes I do. It's just really rare. So let's pop that. I reckon we're just going to go with it in the middle. I have no idea what I'm going to put on top of it, so it was just that I wanted to specifically try this out. Should just cut it straight like that, so should not need to come back on it. Oh, that's right, got to remember that all needs to come out. Oh, cool. Okay, let's pop that away. So as you can see, there are these little pieces that come out, and I guess if you were so inclined, you could probably use the this as a template, fix them all back in onto something, but currently I'm not so inclined, so I'm just going to leave it like that and put these in the bin. There we go. All right. So you can see that some of this is actually stuck inside it, so I might just persuade my heart out, and I'm not going to bother persuading those out at the moment because I don't really need to use them. So that heart, now what are we going to do? I really love that. Oh, that's so pretty. Oh, I know. So I got this new vellum the other day, which I haven't used. So this is Graceful Greenery Vellum. It is one of the online ones, so it's not in the catalogue, but you can still purchase it, so don't stress. And it's got these really beautiful leaves and things on it, so I wonder whether it would look good with that behind it, or... Oh, I'm liking that. No, I think I like this one the most. But how cool is it that, you know, they are obviously vellums, so you have that slight translucentness to them. Oh, look, you can see my hand. Woohoo! Let's make sure we haven't... Nope, we're good. Just want to keep hopping up and making sure the video hasn't gone light or anything horrendous. Yeah, look at that. I really like that effect, actually. So I reckon I am going to just... grab myself a bit of that. Hopefully I didn't cut it too short. Oh, goodness, right. Oh, well done, Heather. Okay, yes, it just fits. Well, that was a bit disastrous, wasn't it, almost? Let's just go with about there. Okay, so because it, obviously the heart is quite flimsy, it definitely needs something behind it. So I'm really glad that I remembered about this vellum, because I think that'll look really beautiful behind it. And let's just find my glue mat. bother. So I have just realized that what I should have done was also cut a hole in this one so the vellum had the chance to shine through, only I didn't. So now I'm not sure whether I'm going to be able to get this to work. Okay. Just really wanted it. To potentially. Let's see whether I can do it. Without it moving, hopefully. Oh, that's right. Yes, that bit's attached, isn't it? Right, then let us just snippety snip off that. And there we go. See, that's what I meant about the heart earlier when I was talking about it. However, let's see now whether that's going to... I'm not sure whether you can actually see, but I'm hopeful. That's kind of close enough. Next time I do this, if I ever do it again, what I probably will do is actually, I won't stick that behind until I've actually drawn in where I want to cut the piece that goes underneath, especially if I'm using vellum, because I really wanted the vellum to look like a proper window as opposed to look like a piece of designer paper, which potentially it would do if I just had it straight onto the white. Hopefully that makes some sort of sense. I'm also quite keen on putting a border around this now. Isn't it funny how you start off with one thing and then it morphs into lots of other things? So I am thinking that that colour is potentially... What colour is it? Is it shaded spruce or is it garden green? I wonder if it tells me. Garden green, mossy meadow, old olive, pecan pie and white. There you go. That's what's used on this. So therefore, not shaded spruce after all. Garden green it is then. All right, let's find a piece of garden green, and I'm going to create a frame to go around this because I quite like the idea of having it so it's got a frame around it pretty much. Let's see. Well, I know my base card is 10.5 centimetres by 14.8, and I'm guessing that this is probably 10. Yes, it is. So I might just trim this one down a tad more, because I do want it to hide behind the frame that I create, and I'm going to create the frame to be the 10 centimetres, so it's still got a little gap around the edge, and then 0.5 centimetre less than the 14.8, which brings it to 14.3. Just make sure this hasn't lightened up in any way. No, we're looking good still. Excellent. And then the other thing I want to do is I actually do want it to be a frame, and I think we'll go with a 1 centimetre frame. So therefore, if I pop this to the 1 centimetre and I bring this down to the 9 centimetre mark, then I can mark from 9 centimetres down to the 1 centimetre. just do the same on the other side, and then I can kind of join the dots, as it were. And we go to the 1 centimetre mark again on there. And literally I'm just sort of drawing it between those 2 marks now, so that then it should give me this effect. There we go. So we now have a frame. And I reckon I'm going to be a lot happier to know that that can sit. Oh, cool. I've just realised by doing that, I can actually take a little bit more off the top of this one, and I can sit it exactly in the right spot. So if I swipe a wee bit more off the top of there, what I'm doing, I'm holding it up to the light so that I can actually see through it and make sure that it's going to be in exactly the right spot. Might need to take a wee bit more off the corner here as well. Hopefully that is going to be enough. And if I just add a bit of glue around the edge of this. Then, in theory, I can now line these 2 up together. As I say, excuse the fact that I'm having to hold it up to the light. That's just otherwise I can't see where it's going to sit on there. A bit gluey. And hopefully that is going to cover my mistakes. Look at that. Way hey. There's always a way to cover your mistakes. You can kind of see it on this side better, actually, how I've tried to line it up. I haven't managed to quite line it up right there either, but that's not too bad. And in fact, that'll look kind of cool on the inside of the card now too, so I'm quite happy about that. Possibly should have trimmed that up slightly better, because I didn't really think about the fact that was going to be on the inside of the card, of course. And then we want to pop the frame on. So let's just bring this back in. So I'm now debating what else I want to do with this card. I'm thinking that I need to add something to it. Don't know what though. I kind of like these little hearts. They're so cute. Let's see, should I add a couple of hearts to it like that? I like the fact that the hearts reflect this outside heart with its, oh, excuse me, little dangly bit, as it were, that points off in one direction. What should I say with this? So excited for you. Thank you for being a... Kind of like that, thank you for being a, and then have the friend. Wonder whether it would work to have the friend going across the middle. Maybe what I need to do is cut out friend from the middle of this and then use that for something else. Let's have a look and see whether that will work for us, shall we? Ooh, I don't know whether that's going to show up enough. Might need to be a little darker than that, actually. Now I can't pick it up either. All right. Feel like it needs to be darker, so hold on. Hold on, help is on its way. Question is, what colour am I going to add to it to make it darker? Wonder if I can just add a bit of garden green just to give it a wee bit more depth to it. Not too sure whether it's just going to dry out and look exactly the same colour again. Oh, look at that. Oh, that looks really cool, doesn't it? Hey, how cool would that be if you just, you know, oopsie. Friend. So that does look darker, but I'm just wondering whether it's going to dry out and then look exactly the same again. I don't think it will, because I do think usually when you add a bit of ink to it, it does darken it up. What did I do with that? I need that piece too, potentially. Or I just use something blingy instead for it. That might also work. Friend. Let's just pop my little dot over there. What did I... could add a pop of colour to it. What did I say? Thank you for being. I reckon it might work if I do that. I would ask you guys, but clearly I'm doing this before you are seeing it, if that makes sense. So let us go with, now, do I want the same colour? Green, what would go well with it? You know what? Chances are I'm going to send this to a girl, so we will go with pink. Excuse my head. So thank you. Better clean them off straight away, otherwise they will be decidedly pink. Oh. Excuse the head. For being a... And we will add my little hearties over here. Oh. And then friend needs to be glued up. Where's my glue gone to? I seem to have lost my glue sponge. It's done a runner. Bother it. Okay, well, let's just do that. And, ooh, I have a Tom looking in the window at me. I'm just going to use my finger just to add glue to the back of this, because I don't really want it to have masses and masses of glue. Oh, I never think of it, but I should have used that special stuff that that you just then peel off the backing on it. Oh, don't know why I never remember about it. It's the adhesive sheeting stuff that's really good. And that would just have been so much better. Let's just persuade these. There. That looks okay. And then the question is, do I want to add that, or do I just, no, I don't think I do. I want to add something blingy in the middle of that, I reckon. Let me investigate my bling. Of course, this is what I should use. This is part of the whole suite. It would make way more sense. So this is the iridescent faceted gems. And I reckon it just needs a small one. Ooh, don't really want to get my sleeve in the glue. And there it is. Feel like it's missing something. I'm not sure what. Anyway, that is the completion, potentially, of this card. If I decide that it really is missing something, I will add something more to it, potentially a bit more bling, actually, I'm not sure. Anyway, do go check out I might do something with this as well. Check out my blog post on it and see what else I end up creating. And come and join me next Saturday. Hopefully everything is still in focus and good. Yay, it is. Excellent. All right. See you next Saturday. Do share the love. Bye.